Welcome to today's Explainer. We're jumping right into Anand Vemula's incredibly comprehensive guide, Inside LLMs. We're going to take a highly structured, deep dive straight into the actual mechanics of large language models. If you've been wanting to know what really makes modern AI tick under the hood, you are in exactly the right place. We're breaking down the architecture, the training, and how these systems are actually used in the real world. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. This is not just your standard software update we're talking about here. This is a fundamental, seismic shift in technology. The sheer ability of these models to understand and generate language, it's literally transforming how organizations operate, how they communicate, and how they innovate day to day. The stakes here are massive, which is exactly why understanding this blueprint is so absolutely critical right now. So here's our blueprint breakdown for this explainer. We're going to hit the modern AI revolution, unpack the LLM architecture, look at the training methodology, jump into enterprise AI applications, and finally, wrap up with mastering the future. It's a totally clear roadmap from macro-level impact all the way down to microscopic architecture.
Section 1. The Modern AI Revolution, Transforming Organizations.
The landscape of generative AI is just evolving at a breakneck pace. For those of us working in tech and business, keeping up with this evolution isn't just some optional hobby anymore, right? It's becoming an urgent requirement. If you want to stay relevant in this space, professional mastery of these LLM fundamentals is basically your absolute baseline.
Part 2. Unpacking LLM Architecture, the Blueprint of AI. Let's move to how this all builds together. If you're going to be building or implementing any AI software, you have to grasp the foundational framework, and that is the transformer architecture. This core engine is the absolute bedrock for anyone trying to figure out how large language models actually process and generate text. The whole shebang starts right here with the transformer.
Now, what's really interesting is when we actually break open that engine. Inside, you've got self-attention mechanisms. You can kind of think of this as the model learning exactly which words in a sentence are most important to each other. Then there's positional encoding, which gives the AI a sense of order, so it's not just, reading a random jumble of words. And multi-head attention, that allows the system to essentially multitask, focusing on a bunch of different parts of a prompt all at the exact same time. It's this intricate, beautiful gearwork that makes the whole architecture function.
Section 3. The Training Methodology, Assembling the Engine.
So, how does this incredibly complex architecture actually learn? Well, here is the chronological life cycle of making a model smart. Step 1 is pre-training. This is giving the model its massive foundational education by basically having it read the internet. Then step 2 is fine-tuning, where we narrow its focus to make it a specialist in specific tasks. Step 3, transfer learning, takes knowledge from one specific domain and smoothly applies it to another. And finally, continual adaptation makes sure the model stays sharp and totally relevant as new information emerges over time. It's a very clear sequential path from a total blank slate to a highly capable system.
Part 4. Enterprise AI Applications, Real-World Execution.
And this brilliantly illustrates how executing these tools in the wild actually requires two totally distinct viewpoints. We've got the builders, developers and researchers who absolutely need that deep theoretical engine knowledge to actually code and create the software. But then you also have the strategists, the business leaders and students who desperately need deployment strategies to execute these applications in a real corporate environment. You literally need both sides of the coin for enterprise AI to actually succeed.
Section 5. Mastering the Future, Your Role in the AI Era. So, the crucial point here is this. As generative AI continues this crazy rapid evolution, you really can't afford to just be a passive observer anymore. Mastering these fundamentals, the actual architecture, the training methods, and those deployment strategies we talked about, that is the key to participating in the next generation of intelligent systems. I want to leave you with one final provocative thought today. We've walked through the entire blueprint, the training, and the practical applications. The knowledge is officially out there, so the only question left for you is, are you ready to participate in the next generation of intelligent systems? Take this structured understanding, dive deeper on your own, and make sure you are ready for what comes next. Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer.